Mumbai is defined by its hyper-modern real estate skyline, but under these glass towers sit narrow cobblestone lanes of ancestral villages known as gaothans. The people here are the East Indian Catholics. They are the Bhumiputras, a Marathi term meaning sons of the soil, the original indigenous inhabitants of the islands that became Mumbai. Their name was a strategic branding move. In 1887, during the British Raj, the community formally adopted the label East Indian to signal their status to the colonial government. At the time, railways and steamships were bringing thousands of Catholic migrants from Goa and Mangalore into the city. By calling themselves East Indians, the locals distinguished themselves from the newcomers, proving their long-standing loyalty to the British Crown to secure administrative jobs. Today, that history offers little protection. These ancestral homes are increasingly swallowed by urban development, with many historic enclaves now legally mislabeled as slums. The survival of these villages represents the final boundary between a global metropolis and its original identity. Long before European contact, the community's ancestry traced back to the original Marathi-speaking castes of the region, including the Kolis, who fished the local waters, and the agrarian Agris and Samvedi Brahmins. In 1534, the Portuguese arrived with a mandate to trade and evangelize. Missionaries converted entire caste groups at once, introducing a feudal system that distributed vast tracts of land among the new converts. These conversions created a distinct syncretism. The community blended strict Latin Catholic liturgy with existing Maharashtrian agrarian rites, continuing to celebrate traditional harvest festivals alongside the Catholic calendar. Evidence of this localized faith remains visible in the plague crosses found throughout the villages. Built during a devastating epidemic in 1896, these village crosses remain the center of social and religious life more than a century later. This version of Catholicism grew directly from the local soil, becoming an indigenous practice defined by centuries of survival. That survival is most evident in the kitchen. Every summer, families gather for the highly coordinated ritual of making Bottle Masala, the community's signature spice blend. Women hand-pound a complex mixture of over 30 different spices, which is then packed into dark glass beer bottles. The dark glass is necessary to shield the delicate oils from sunlight, preserving the flavor for the entire year. Modern weddings have also seen a return to roots. Many brides now reject Western-style white gowns for the Sankari Lugra, a traditional 9-yard red silk sari, and revive ancient pre-wedding rituals centered on fetching water from local wells. While culinary and wedding traditions remain strong, the community's native language is fading. The Boli Bhasha, a unique 13th-century Marathi dialect, has been largely replaced by English in the city's urban centers. The shift accelerated following the Second Vatican Council in the 1960s. When the Catholic Church transitioned from Latin to Standard Marathi and English for Mass, the local Boli Bhasha was left with no institutional space to survive. Today, the Gaothan serves as a fragile cultural fortress where heritage is preserved solely through family memory and domestic practice. On Mumbai's map, 189 historic gaothans appear as green dots surrounded by aggressive gray development. They face manufactured illegality. The development plan fails to accurately mark boundaries, legally mislabeling ancestral properties as slums. This subjects residents to evictions, providing developers a legal path for high-rises. In response, the community has shifted towards structured advocacy. Under the Mumbai Gaothan Panchayat, the East Indians are mobilizing politically to protect what remains of their land. Their Bhumiputra Manifesto outlines clear demands: legal recognition of their indigenous status, property tax exemptions for heritage homes, and the right to expand dwellings within the village footprint. For centuries, the East Indians have recalibrated their identity to survive under changing empires. Whether Mumbai can grow into the future without erasing its first inhabitants depends on the survival of the Gaothan.